I used to work as a miner, which caused serious damage to my lungs. Although I received some compensation, it is not worth mentioning for my health. Asthma has always plagued me, and I have been relying on food. The medicine relieves the condition, especially at night. I have insomnia, and the cough makes me very painful. One day I had a serious cold. In addition to the cough, I also have a high fever. Because it was night, I didn't go to the hospital and found a cold at home. Medicine, a few hours after taking cold medicine. It felt like I was about to stop breathing, and my family took me to the hospital, and the next thing I knew was that at first I was still on my back like there was nothing there. I couldn't feel my body. It was like I was floating on my back on the water, same as above. Terribly dark. I remember keeping my hands in front of my face and I couldn't see them or my body, but I knew they were there. Then I started hearing this low hum, like underwater, and when you're underwater, you can hear it, and it's very low. I wonder why it is so dark. It felt as if I was in a tunnel with doors throughout. But the whole tunnel, I could feel it was like being in a cave, not too much rock, but a little smooth, at least that's my impression. So, I'm a little scared. What's going on here? I've been like that for an hour. Right there. Then I could see a pinpoint-sized white light in front of me, so I started moving in that direction, but it felt like something was pulling me there, and I didn't feel like I was doing it, in that at one point, I was floating vertically in the air. Then slowly walk towards that point of light. Then I knew there were little doors on either side of this tunnel, and I could walk through any of them if I wanted to. At the time, I thought, if I did, I wouldn't be coming back, but my focus was on the lights. In an instant, I thought of grandfather. Immediately, I entered the light. I kept saying, "You're not dead. I'm not dead." He said, "No. I'm not, and neither are you." My grandfather died 3 years ago from a heart attack, but at that moment I thought, I can't get up, just remember that he is not dead, and alive and well. He invited me to sit down for coffee like we used to at his house. His table was there, his chair was there, and she looked just like he did in his 30s. In very good shape, he was wearing a plaid shirt with a black and white pattern. Then I noticed a shimmer of light coming in from the top of the room and I felt so good I can't describe it, and then I panicked a bit because I didn't see the light source. Where was it? Just then, he touched my hand and I looked down and saw my hand. It was there, but it looked whitish in color, and he told me it was okay and said, "Let's have coffee." But I noticed that the coffee was tasteless. It was warm, but there was also steam coming out of it, like it was hot, but no temperature was felt. Just like when you are sick, nothing tastes good. Anyway, I told him that our whole family misses him every day. He said he knew. He knows we love him very much, and he loves us too. Then I noticed that the room was done. The left side of the room was like a curtain, and I saw my grandmother and mother peeping on the side. I saw there was another lady. She is stocky and has a long black ponytail. I wanted to say something when my grandfather told me, "You have to go, you can't stay here. This is not your time." Then I felt so bad and started crying. I told him, "But I want to stay here." It felt so good, I didn't want to leave. I begged, "Please, I want to be with you, I never want to leave here." He said, "You'll be back when the time comes, don't worry." Then he said, "Tell everyone I love them and think about them all the time." I still said, but I want to stay." Then I heard this loud bang. It felt like I was hit in the chest with a sledgehammer made of fire. I remember waking up, "Come here," letting out a breath. I feel so bad. I noticed my dad and the rest of the family were there. I don't remember what happened next. But I do remember telling him I needed a piece of paper and I had to write something. I met my grandfather. I passed out again. My dad put the note. I was getting worse, they had to send me to a better hospital. I was in intensive care for 3 weeks. Everything was vague. I was in and out for most of the 3 weeks until the last few days. I still remember when I woke up I could hear singing, but it sounded like an angel. That's the only way to describe it. I can't speak, I have to write everything down. I asked the nurse, was anyone singing? She replied, no, it's not allowed in the ICU to do this. Like the radio, etc. I also told her there were other people here. I felt like the family was there. She said no one had come in yet, which was really weird. Overall, I'm lucky to be alive, not to mention said work. They said I might never speak again and would have brain damage because I was out for 5 minutes and they were still trying to get me back to the negotiating table. I told them what I saw from what I heard. They said it was probably due to drugs and trauma. I believe that's true. I believe what I saw because what I was feeling was completely different from what I was dreaming, it was so real.